Ninth Canto, Chapter 1, verse 18. Yuyam Brahmavido Yuktas.
Yuyam Brahmavido Yuktas.
Yuyam Brahmavido Yuktas.
Yuyam Brahmavido Yuktas.
Tapasa Dagda Kilvisha.
Tapasa Dagda Kilvisha.
Tapasa Dagda Kilvisha.
Tapasa Dagda Kilvisha.
Kuta Sankalpa Veshamyam.
Kuta Sankalpa Veshamyam.
Kutak Sankalpa Veshamyam.
Kutak Sankalpa Veshamyam.
Amritam Vibudeshviva.
Amritam Vibudeshviva.
Amritam Vibudeshviva.
Amritam Vibudeshviva.
Yuyam Brahmavido Yuktas.
Yuyam Brahmavido Yuktas.
Tapasa Dagda Kilvisha.
Tapasa Dagda Kilvisha.
Kuta Sankalpa Veshamyam.
Kuta Sankalpa Veshamyam.
Amritam Vibudeshviva.
Amritam Vibudeshviva.
Yuyam Brahma Vidu Yuktas.
Yuyam Brahmavido Yuktas.
Tapasa Dagda Kilvisaya.
Tapasa
Dagda Kilvisha.
Kutak Sankalpa Vaisamyam.
Kutak Sankalpa Veshamyam.
Anritam Vibudeshviva.
Amritam Vibudeshviva.
Yuyam Brahmavido Yuktas.
Yuyam Brahmavido Yuktas.
Tapasa Dagda Kilvisha.
Tapasa Dagda Kilvisha.
Kutak Sankalpa Veshamyam.
Kutak Sankalpa Veshamyam.
Amritam Vibudeshviva.
Amritam Vibudeshviva.
Yuyam Brahmavido Yuktas.
Yuyam Brahmavido Yuktas.
Tapasa Dagda Kilvisha.
Tapasa Dagda Kilvisha.
Kuta Sankalpa Vaishamyam.
Kuta Sankalpa Veshamyam.
Amritam Vibudeshviva.
Amritam Vibudeshviva.
Mataji?
Yuyam Brahmavido Yuktas.
Yuyam Brahmavido Yuktas.
Tapasa Dagda Kilvisha.
Tapasa Dagda Kilvisha.
Kuta Sankalpa Veshamyam.
Kuta Sankalpa Veshamyam.
Amritam Vibudeshviva.
Amritam Vibudeshviva.
Yuyam
Yuyam
of all you.
Of all you.
Brahmavida.
Brahmavida.
Completely in awareness of the absolute truth.
Completely in awareness of the absolute truth.
Yukta.
Yukta.
Self-controlled and well-balanced.
Self-controlled
And well balanced.
Tapasa.
Tapasa.
By dint of austerity and penances.
By dint of austerities and penances.
Dagda Kilvisha.
Dagda Kilvisha.
All kinds of material contamination
All kinds of material contamination
having been burned out.
having been burned out.
Kuta.
Kuta.
Then out.
Then
Out.
out.
Sankalpa Veshamyam.
Vaishamyam.
Discrepancy is a matter of determination.
Discrepancy is a matter of determination.
Anritam.
Anritam.
False promise.
False promise.
False statement.
False
Statements.
Vibudeshu.
Vibudeshu.
In the society of the demigods.
In the society of the demigod.
Eva.
Eva.
Or.
Oh.
Translation. So, again, the story. This is Manu, who is addressing Vasishta. He had asked the great sage his blessings for having a son, and at the completion of the Jagya, he got a daughter. So he's addressing now his guru, Vasishta. I like to read the verse from yesterday because that's when he started to address him. My Lord, all of you are expert in chanting the Vedic mantras. How then, as a result, been opposite to the one desired? This is a matter for lamentation. There should not have been such a reversal of the results of the Vedic mantras. And today, you are all self-controlled, well balanced in mind, and aware of the absolute truth. And because of austerities and penances, you are completely cleansed of all material contamination. Your words, like those of the demigods, are never baffled. Then, how is it possible that your determination has failed? Purport by Srila Prabhu. We have learned from many Vedic literatures that a benediction or curse given by the demigods never proves false. By performing austerities and penances, by controlling the senses and mind, and by achieving full knowledge of the absolute truth, one is fully cleansed of material contamination, and then one's words and blessings, like those of the demigods, are never a failure. So this is a verse. Brahma Vido Yuktas. One who is Brahma Vido, fully aware of the absolute truth. Yukta, sense control and mind control. Tapasa, by austerities. And Dagda Kilbisha, contamination, Kilbisha, completely burned out by austerities, full awareness of the absolute truth, and sense control, mind control. And then Sankalpa Veshamyam. Sankalpa is determination, it's here. And Sankalpa usually is a declaration. Before doing something in the matter of Dharma, before doing something specific, before in the matter of Dharma, then you pronounce the Sankalpa. It's public, it's not secret, public. And then once the Sankalpa is pronounced, it carries the power to achieve what is said. Vibhu Deshu is the society of the demigods. So, yes, Manu is, we could say Manu is a little daring to address his Vasishta Muni, his spiritual master. He does it in a very nice way, of course. It's a little daring because in the society of demigods, the great sages are sometimes a little not puzzled, but they may give easily blessings, and sometimes they can also be a little upset and give easily curses. Yeah, this is a society of demigods. It is not like a sage like Narada Muni. Never give curse, or it's if he does, it's apparently a curse, but it's always a great blessing, because Narada Muni is a devotee. So a devotee is never, is very tolerant, titikshava, karunika, compassionate, and he just gives blessings. But in the society of demigods, well, sometimes you have to be a little careful how to behave with the sages, with, like Gopaswami, we heard about, better don't mess around with them. And Vasishta is a great sage, He proved himself, in general, very tolerant. And Manu addressed him in the proper way, nice etiquette. My lord, you are so self-controlled and aware of absolute truth, and then, he's not challenging him, like, how is it you failed? He said, you are a great saintly person, so something else must have happened. And actually something else happened. Between Vasishta and Manu, and the desire to, there was a medium priest, and the medium priest who was doing throwing the grains or whatever, the mantras. This priest was not Vasishta, and neither Manu. Manu and Vasishta were okay, we're gonna have, he's gonna have a son. But the priest, he heard from the wife of Manu that, I want a daughter, say a little word different, and so when the priest did the jagya, he remembered, oh yes, she asked me that, and boom, and he said the word, and so that was not really his fault, Otherwise, Vasishta is a nice sage. There's a long story about him, like long stories, because Bhagavatam is mainly for significant knowledge. But still, it's a good example of Vasishta. He was a very saintly person, he is, and once a kshatriya, a great king, Vishvamitra, came around his ashram, and he saw that Vasishta had a sacred cow, Kamadhenu, wish-fulfilling cow. And he was well received by Vasishta, Vishvamitra. Vishvamitra offered him and his army a big feast. But Vishvamitra, little passionate, he said, if I had this cow, I could, have many things like that, could be very powerful. So he stole the Kamadhenu, the sacred cow, and of course, that was a mistake, and he got the return, Brahmateja, the strength of the Brahmi, and he lost all his army, everything. So he understood that Brahmateja is, stronger than any strength from material strength from the Kshatriya. You better don't mess around again. So he understood that, Vishvamitra, and he thought, maybe I should become a Brahman, too. Like that I could be very powerful. So he performed great austerities, and and he tried, and boom, not enough. He tried to fight, to challenge again Vasishta, and he lost. And again austerities, and he lost. And he performed great austerities, and at such a point, demigods were a little, puzzled, and they asked Brahma, go and tell him, So because there was this enmity, between Vishvamitra and Vasishta, Brahma told, the sage, Vasishta, you are the one who is great, so please try to settle the problem. It went far, because he went far. I don't know the story. Once Vishvamitra, he had a good friend or a good spirit for one Harishchandra, and he allows this human being Harishchandra to get the nectar from the demigods, and that's not allowed. So Vasishta was upset with that, and they start to call themselves, birds' names, I would say.
Bad words?
Bad names.
Bad names.
And the result of their, curse, like that, they became birds. Both of them, I mean, they became what they address each other, So you see, it's you have to be a little careful when you get power, whatever power it is. So anyway, we are not heading toward, material powers, even demigods. It's a castle in the sky. We're heading to a real castle. Yeah, because in the material world, if you live for material goal, then you are controlled by the stringent laws of material nature, karma. But if you live as a devotee, then you are controlled only by the blessings of Krishna, the blessings of the spiritual master and other devotees. So that's good choice. It's much better. Stringent laws of material nature are very difficult to control, to achieve something, and it's no gift. You just get whatever you deserve, and when it is finished, boom, you have to do it again. You cannot. But blessings, you can achieve a lot only by blessings, without any corresponding endeavor. So that's why in India you see not often, but everywhere people are touching the feet, getting blessings of anybody who can give blessings. Yeah, and just like Sangita, she was trying to touch the feet of Agnidev Prabhu during the kirtan. She knows already, from past life, blessings from the sadhus. It's very, very powerful. Simple, but very efficient. So why? Because devotees, sadhus, they are representative of Krishna. And everything comes from Krishna. And Krishna is Achyuta. Achyuta means
Conquerable.
never fail. Never falls down. It's a word like that. Chuta, and it is Krishna is addressed as Achyuta also because his sankalpa never fail, and his sankalpa is Bhakta Vatsala, is the protector, the well-wisher of his devotees in any circumstance. That's Achyuta. He never failed toward his devotees, Krishna. So it's good to have the protection and the blessings of the Lord. Because just because you give yourself to Krishna, He will protect you. That's His blessing. And that will never fail. And the Vrishvasis, they understood that. The little cowherd boys, they knew that Krishna will never fail. So when they saw, the mouth of Agasura open, they said, must be something strange. It must be this, must be that, maybe a demon. And then they turned toward Krishna. He was a little far. Then turned toward him. They said, anyway, we are Krishna's friends, so he will do whatever, he will do. He will save us, even if there is a problem. So they just fearlessly, lightly, they came inside, have a good fun, and they died, or they lost everything. But Achyuta, Krishna came, and the whole thing was solved. He actually got rid of Agasura in a nice way, as usual. Not just, burn, die. No. Came in his mouth, and he became big, and Agasura, like that, and boom, and then the soul of Agasura, it's funny, yeah? The soul of Agasura, could not get out, he was blocked everywhere. Just boom, came out from the head, and anyway, and then everybody came out, and the soul came to Krishna. Another story. Anyway, the point is that Krishna is always true to his blessing, to his devotees. Many examples, of course, during Krishna's Leela, Govardhan Hill, they were all completely helpless, and they turn to Krishna. They never ask Krishna for anything, only when it is emergency, spontaneously. Krishna. Otherwise, their desire is not to ask something for them. It's always, how can we please Krishna? And just like chanting Hare Krishna. Of course, we ask for purification. So we hear attentively the sound, the transcendental sound vibration of the Maha Mantra, the name of Krishna. Because we know that if we pronounced it distinctly, it's like, and if we catch attentively the mantra by the ear, then, Krishna will go in our heart, and Cheto Darpana, he will purify. It's good to be purified, It's not good to have bad things, You try to be good, and all of a sudden, bim, something good, bad comes in your mind, or stop you, or, it's not good. So, yes. Also, we read in the Namamrita those days, this morning, that immediately this morning was when one is attracted by Krishna. Remember this morning? As soon as one is attracted to Krishna and chants the Maha Mantra, Krishna is completely there with all his, manifestations, name, form, qualities like that, Shaktis like that. As soon as, of course, as soon as you're attracted, it's an attraction. So attraction must be there. And also the day before, it was very, remember it all. The day before, the quote was, immediately, oh yes, Radha Krishna dancing on the tongue of the devotees, a devotee. It was like that, immediately, when one chant Hare Krishna with attraction, is under the protection of the internal potency of Krishna. Yes. And also in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says that. Mahatmana Sumamparta Devim Prakriti Mashrita. Those Mahatma who take shelter in me, they are under the protection of Devim Prakriti, not under the protection of karmic laws, which is a protection to teach you some or other, but blessings, Devi Prakriti. Yes. So, scriptures gives us a lot of blessings also. Whatever sankalpa is there, whatever, in my classes, whatever words are given by the Shastra, they are true. They are true, and they must come true. Whatever. So, like we heard yesterday, mantras, about the chanting of Hare Krishna. Krishna Varnam Disa Krishna Sambo Panga Shuparasadam Yage Sankirtana Prayer Yajantihi Sumedasa. Those who are intelligent in Kali Yuga, they chant the Maha Mantra along with Lord Chaitanya's team, Panchatattva and Gaurabhakta Vrinda, congregational chanting. So those, and they will be successful. Kalyadosha Nidirajan Nasti Yokomatuna Kirtana Deva Krishnasya Mukta Sangha Paramrajet. Yes, although it is an oceanal force, still Eko Mahadguna, by this one quality of chanting the holy name of God with attraction, that's Lord Chaitanya's blessings specifically, then Mukta Sangha Paramrajet, you will be delivered. We will be delivered. We will attain the supreme goal. What a blessing! And this blessing will come true. No, it's not just, well, that's for others, that's maybe, no, it's very strong, very strong. So that gives us a lot of confidence, that nourishes our enthusiasm, that kills our doubts, that nourishes our determination. Because it is said, Krishna said it, Achyuta, the scriptures, they say, yes, do it, do that. Others have done it already. Great sages, great kings in the past have acted in this way, say Krishna in Bhagavad Gita to Arjuna. So you do, and you will have the same result. So it is good to have, to base your life on truth, on true goals, confirmed by scriptures, confirmed by God, Krishna, confirmed by acharyas. This is wonderful. Because Kaya Dosha Nidiraja, it's so many difficulties, tribulations in life, and Krishna doesn't say, become my devotee and tribulation will disappear. Matras Pasha Tukanteya Shitoshna Shukadukada Agama Payinonitya Stantitik Shvas tolerate. He doesn't say surrender to me. Yeah, he does say, but they will be still. He does say, Mokshaim Mashucha, Machita Sarva Durgani, Mat Prasadat Karisyasi, all the Durgani, all the difficulties. If you listen to me, then by my blessing, by my mercy, don't worry, Mashucha, everything will be okay. So that's nice promise of Krishna. But there will be still in the material world, it's some little difficulties, let's say. Yeah. So, and this is very practical. We are practical people, right? We like Sambandha Gyan, knowledge about scriptures, who we are, what is this world, what is before birth and after death, who is God, what's the relationship. So that's wonderful and very necessary to study regularly this transcendental knowledge daily. Brahma, when Brahma received the knowledge, the beginning of creation from Krishna, I read that in a second canto. He studied it 3 times. You read it also?
Yeah. And then he established that was the conclusion after reading it.
And then he established the conclusion. He studied 3 times. Nana Shastra Vicharane Kanipuno. By meticulously studying the scriptures, the 6 Goswamis for our benefit, they established the conclusion. That the science of devotional, the science of the nectar of devotion. So, yeah. Yes, so, we are supported, we are nourished, we are protected by these blessings of Krishna and the acharyas and Srila Prabhupada. We have many songs, like on Thursday evening, we have bhajans here. I need it every evening, 7 o'clock p.m. So in those bhajans you can hear regularly, Narottam Das Thakur, Bhaktivinoda Thakur, they give blessings. Yes, in this world there is no other friend than the holy name. Oh, he asks us to chant that. And That's the blessing. Yeah. You have a friend, a real one. Daily, 24 hours, 7 days a week, you have your friend, the name of Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna. Ram Ram. You can go every morning in Prabhupada's room, behind you have Jyoti, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Then go morning. Yes, and they say, they give us also the blessings, how to behave, but everybody got saved as the most merciful Lord Chaitanya, but me, therefore I'm praying, You gave me attraction and then I'm not even able to take it. Please, bless me. So we chant that and we got those blessings, It's real, it's necessary. Yeah, we must feel like that, Ashabandha, hopeless, and the acharyas, they give us this blessing. Yes, feel hopeless, and then you ask, like Lord Chaitanya in the Shikshastakam, Ai Nanda Tanuja Kinkaram, hey Nanda Tanuja, Hare Krishna, I am your servant, Patitam, I have fallen, and helpless. But Kripaya, Stitaduli, just a little piece of dust on the Yoda's feet, by your mercy only. So, tell us, yes, be like that. Feel helpless and then ask humbly for mercy, and it will work.
Yes.
Yes, huh?
Works.
Yes, really.
Can take a long time, but it works.
Yes, yes. Oh my Lord, I really want to see you, but it takes so long. It takes so long. Yeah. Oh Krishna, I am missing you. Where are you? That's a mood, because we feel helpless, we Yugaita Nimeshana, it's so long, it's so empty, where are you, Krishna? But because we feel encouraged by the spiritual masters, the acharyas, Krishna, still, anyway, although there is no hope, still, I am hoping. In this mood of no hope, I am expressing my, oh Krishna, Hare Krishna, you are there. They said you are there, Or they said, you said, Namo Chintavani Krishna Chaitanya Ras Vigraha Nama Namine. You said there is no difference between you name and yourself. Nija Sarva Shaktis. Your own Shakti, you put everything, you are there completely. It's not only your name, but it's also there, your form, your qualities, your pastimes, complete, Purna, Nityam, Purna, So,
Purna Siddha Nityamukta.
Purna Siddha Nityamukta, yeah. Purna Siddha, yeah. It's eternally, it's completely pure, completely Krishna, the only name. And Mukta? Nityamukta, and eternally, free. There's no, Krishna is free. Nothing can prevent him to come to us. So he's there for us in the holy name. That's great blessings. We got the blessings also from here. We have here Prabhupada. He's a representative of Krishna. He's a great saint. Titikshava Kalonika, most tolerant, most compassionate. He's a great saint, Srila Prabhupada. And he's Acharya, he's spiritual master, he's empowered by Krishna. Krishna Shakti Vinanayitara Pravatanat. Only by being blessed by Krishna can you achieve the service of Krishna. Srila Prabhupada achieved the service of, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, spreading the devotional service, the chanting of Hare Krishna all over the world. So he is an empowered representative Krishna, and therefore, Sankalpa, whatever he says, must come true. Yes.
Oh, Satya Sakalpa.
Satya Sankalpa.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
What have you said?
So it must come true. And it will come true, and it's coming true
Yeah.
already. It came true already. And it will. No. So this is necessary to feel, experience, and have faith in this powerful devotional blessings from Srila Prabhupada. Here in Mayapur, just practical example, what he said here. He said, this place is already Vaikuntha, maintain it nicely, and it will give shelter to many, many, many people, thousands of people. So he says Sankalpa, New Mayapur is meant to be a shelter for many people. And he said also, I would say three things. I remember three things that he said. Shelter. Here it's a very good place to learn how to love Krishna. Love Krishna. And so third thing he said is there is no difficulty. If you want to love Krishna here in New Mayapur, he said here in New Mayapur. He didn't say, He said, if you want to love Krishna, Satya Sankalpa, he said, there will be no difficulty. You may ask, well, okay, I want to love Krishna, yes, but I need, Yogeshwar said, but Prabhupada, what's the balance between our own? There is no own, he said. It's all, surrender to Krishna, learn to love him, and no difficulty. Yogakshema Bharamyam. Krishna will take care. Don't worry. So everybody was very happy. Everybody just was feeling relief, because where is the difficulty? Difficulty. And at the end, there's no difficulty. Satya Sankalpa. No difficulty. Loving, redevelop our love for God, love for Krishna, and give shelter to many people. So Prabhupada went through many tribulations himself, but he has full faith and courage and determination because he had full faith in the Sankalpa of his spiritual master and Krishna and Lord Chaitanya. He was told, go preach in the West. So, against all reasonable circumstances, and in front of so many tribulations, he had full faith. He said, I don't have anything. I don't have devotion, I don't have knowledge, I have nothing. But he humbly said, but I have full faith in the order of my spiritual master. Full faith. Blessing, Satya Sankalpa. Go. And Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Pritivite, Nagaradiga. This it will work. So, this faith is very helpful because we go through many tribulations. Even he said when he got, in one sense, very serious in his service, determination, took sannyas, give up, family, work, and that. And then, he was like, he said, became like a mendicant, loitering in the streets and get hurt by a cow, a bull. And then he said, there is one little video called The Empowered Acharya. I saw it, the other day. Not very long, short, 5 minutes, very powerful. And our Prabhupada expressed that he went through many, himself, I went through many tribulations. I got hurt by this bull, and I was there, and I became very depressed, he said. I became very depressed. Maybe I made a mistake. I should not have, taken sannyas and all this, His idea at the beginning was to become, rich and help the depressed. So many tribulations, one after the other. Just like here sometimes, like some devotees, they said, this winter was one tribulation after another one. And Prabhupada became depressed. You are allowed to feel a little, a little doubt, I'm doing anything wrong, or, maybe I should have, go to, one of the temple, or...
Why is this
Huh?
Why is this happening here?
Why is this happening, to me, or But the devotee doesn't last long. Prabhupada kept his determination because he had faith. No. So we're keeping our determination. Prabhupada gave his sankalpa here. New Mayapur is meant for success. It's meant for giving shelter. It's meant to develop love of Krishna. It's meant to have no excessive difficulties. But according to this verse, there is a little price, which is austerities. Austerity, knowledge, of course, we read every day. And what is the austerity which has a little price to have this blessing, to experience this blessing of Prabhupada's Sankalpa here? Well, it's like everywhere, cooperation. Like it was yesterday was said, somebody said, French people, French devotees are the best ones in the world, so nice, so many qualities. Just one little problem, they don't know how to cooperate. So, like Prabhu said this morning also, it was nicely, etiquette expressed that, there were many devotees from different gurus yesterday, and everybody was driven a little to participate and enjoy the festival for Jananda Maharaj Vyasa Puja. But it was like, spontaneous, happy cooperation, and, like that. So cooperation is very important, and it's an austerity, definitely, for one who is not pure, of course. For those who are pure, it's a nectar, congregational chanting, Chaitanya Charitamrita, it's like that. But, you feel it's austere, but immediately you see how much it is purifying, and that there is some hope. Cooperating between self-centered people, that's, hopeless. Communities, in the 19th century, they made a study about communities, self-sufficient communities. 19th century already, in France. And they were already. And they divided those communities who were social communities. Just get together, we're going to make it, and grow some nice things. And communities were supported by or based on spirituality, faith, monastery, like that. And the conclusion was that those supported by spiritual goal, they lasted. Those were called like socialists, social thing. They were taken away by human deprivation. Deprivation? Human deprivation. You cannot fight against your contamination. It is there. You may forget it. You may cover it, make a nice smile, play it like in Zen, this and that. But, anytime Maya is going to push you a little here and a little there, and you resist, but the third thing you cry, So, yeah. So austerity of cooperation, it's possible, because devotees are basically very nice, sincere, protected people, protected also by Krishna. So, we have faith that, devotees, they deserve to be trusted, and therefore they deserve to that I cooperate for the pleasure of Guru Gauranga, and it works. So cooperation is one austerity, but it's a very rewarding austerity. To see the success of this movement, that's very rewarding. You give a lot, in your life, many different aspects of your life, but if you do it not fanatically, not blindly, not in the wrong way, but in good association, and by regularly being aware of the absolute truth, by reading Srila Prabhupada books, following the principles, being self-control, mind and senses, and doing the austerity of cooperation, then you will see the success, no doubt. And this is such a big reward. After austerities comes, the reward, because you knew, like Prabhupada, lifetime in preparation, but he saw Krishna's blessings at the end, as it was announced, by his guru. So, if we perform this, this austerity of, cooperation, being serious for sadhana, having taking a good privileged time for chanting the holy name, morning, and engage in preaching. Then with these things, cooperation, sadhana, and preaching, you will see, in your own life, we will all see in our own life the blessing manifesting itself. And it may not be now, but because you have faith, it's like if it was already there. And it may be tomorrow, or the day after. But it is there.
That's quick.
Huh?
That's quick.
Yeah. It's very quick, especially when you grow old, and you get some little reward after many years, but you feel, it was very quick, just in this life. So, far out, yeah, it's far out, it's like,
It can
it
be done.
happened,
It can be done in one life.
And that's another sankalpa of Srila Prabhupada. Yes, it's hopeless to go back to the day, but you can make it in one lifetime. That's Prabhupada. He said, it's possible, impossible, it becomes possible by the blessing of Guru and Gauranga. So of course it's impossible. You can read many aspects of the scriptures that you need this and that. Hear from different great Vaishnavas that you need this and that and many lifetimes, or 2 or 3 or 10 or whatever, or 10 millions. But Srila Prabhupada, special, the chosen preacher by Krishna, chosen for us. He told, you can. Not only you can, he said you must. You must make it in this lifetime. So if Prabhupada told us that, who are we to say, but Prabhupada, no, you are wrong, it's not possible.
It's an offense.
So we do it, as if, I know it's not possible, and we have to be aware of that, of course. Oh yeah, Prabhupada said it, I feel it, I can make it, No. No, you feel, That's, I know what is my heart and my mind, like that. I may behave externally like this, but I know what is inside, like that. But still, by his mercy, Prabhupada, he gave us his blessing. You try your best, to do it in this lifetime, and I will.
Hope against hope.
Yeah, Ashabandha. Hope against hope. Yeah. But we have to be a little austere. That's a price, we heard that always, And I wanted to just add a little aspect of austerity added to cooperation, sadhana, and preaching. Well, it is in the field of preaching to give shelter to others, not necessarily to give, I would say, initiation, which is a big step, and the goal, but to give shelter already, to many people who are in ignorance, going straight away against the wall. And one day they will feel, oh, what did I do with my life? Because of modern society, because of political, because of disease, because of so many external reasons, I wasted my life. So all those people who are lost, we want to give them shelter, knowing that, of course, after that, because they are sheltered, soon or late, they will take to chanting Hare Krishna seriously and in association with devotees like that. But first we have to give them shelter. And to give shelter to people, we must do the austerity of being true to what they expect from us. They don't expect that we are pure devotees with love for Krishna. They don't know what it is, they don't care for that for themselves. But they expect, usually Prabhupada would say, these communities will allow people to be peaceful and prosperous. So there, you can see all the volunteers, usually what they say, appreciation. Oh, volunteers and guests, visitors for one day, so peaceful here in Mayapur. So peaceful, the place, the property, country, and the people. So peaceful. We come for that. We need to feel that. And also prosperous means sane wealth, sane prosperity. Natural life. Not artificial prosperity, very complicated and depending on so many things, technology and that, always breaks and, take the brain, like that, the peace of mind. But simple, depend on nature. So they appreciate that, building houses with, local materials, using the cows and bulls to till the land, and the cows to have milk products so nice, like that, and growing vegetables in a natural way, and you have fresh food, fresh food today becomes like a luxury, and people who have a little goodness, they appreciate that. I remember Prabhupada, he was speaking about that, yes, live in our community, and you can breathe fresh air and have fresh food. Fresh food, beginning, what's different between fresh food and some chips, we buy in the store.
Fresh from the shop.
Fresh from the shop, it's nice. But with time, with little purification, you can, you appreciate, breathing fresh air, wow, and no materialistic sound here, no conflict, dispute for anything, people are, like that, and fresh food, from the garden, the cook takes the austerity of waiting a little and cleaning a little the fresh veg from the garden, and then, Krishna gets milk from his cow soon, and veg from his garden, and wheat also soon. So we have to be true to give shelter to those people, so they can really, they don't go away and say, they speak about so-called high things, love of God, this and that, but they are not even able to be peaceful themselves, and they eat all kinds of junk food. No, we have to be true, not cheating. No, then they can appreciate that. Moral level, the moral level. Be just a nice human beings already first. Be moral, no cheating in what we advertise. And that will be a great step if people, they come here and they go away saying, it's actually nice, this Hare Krishna community. It's actually nice. Maybe I will come back. And
We want you here every day, Gopaswami. Please come back every day.
Especially they will come back when Krishna will push them a little, if there is some problem. Come back. Come back. Anyway, Hare Krishna. Okay, so all glory to the blessings of Krishna, Shrita, Sri Prabhupada, and to your blessings. Question? Comments?
You said it all.
Yes.
Yes, Madhavi. Yeah, that's. Yeah, we live by. I keep you for the question. We live by the blessings of the Vaishnava. You know, that's how we exist. We know we are not devotees. I know that I'm not devotee. You know, each of us we know we are. You know, but because we are allowed to be amongst the devotees, because the devotees allows us to be with them. Oh, no, they give me some room in their world of devotion. So we exist by the mercy of the devotee, by the blessings. Mataji.
When I have a desire to go to spiritual world,
Yeah.
it's a selfish desire.
Is it what?
Is it selfish desire?
Selfish desire. It's a self-realized desire. That's a natural desire of the soul. No. We are not impersonalists. The goal is zero. You know, no more this, no more that, no more bad things. You know, but you know, we have an identity, an eternal identity, individual, and this identity is fully manifest back home, back to in the spiritual world. You know, in association with pure devotees and the Lord Himself, His eternal companions. So that's a natural, constitutional desire of the soul. Because in this desire, there is no selfishness. It's not only, I want to go back home, back to Godhead, which is very good, but also I want to go back to prema, pure service, through love to Krishna. This is the blessing of Lord Chaitanya. He gave us this very attractive desire, you know, that let's go back home, back to Godhead. That's, you know, but also, you know, Premanam Sankirtan, chant Hare Krishna together, but also, and not but and the sadhya, the goal is to develop love for Krishna. And by Lord Chaitanya's mercy, impossible becomes possible. We not only some formal love, but irrepressible. Yeah, something that you cannot, you know, ecstatic love. You know, kirtan. You know, just forget everything, your material problems, your spiritual doubts, or this and that, and you just become all of a sudden elevated in the association of Krishna, the holy name, and, you know, spiritual energy, or a feast. You know, I got a little, I don't know if it was really spiritual, but I got a little carried away yesterday during the feast. You know, 3 times. My neighbor devotee told me, "You take 3 times the plate." But I'm sorry, I was grown up like that here, you know. Those were the days, you know. You really roll after, you know. Even Lord Chaitanya and okay, I finish with this, you know, friend. You know, when Krishna, not even Krishna, he went to visit King Baulashva and Brahmana Shrutadev. You know, he was with the sages invited, and they had a big feast, you know, and it is said in Krishna book, and after the feast, ils se sont renversés en arrière confortablement. They
lay down
just
comfortably.
lay down, boom, on their back, very comfortably, you know. So that's ecstasy, you know. That's it cannot be material, you know. You know, 3 times such a feast, you know. You have to train yourself, you know. Go beyond the. So go back home, back to Godhead, and develop Premanam Sankirtan, chanting His love. Hare Krishna. Jai Shri Prabhupada ki Jai.
Jai.
Lord of Sharinda ki
Jai.
Anand.
Jai.